times we are going about our daily business, it never hurts to remind ourselves that God loves us. God loves us. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. Lift up my eyes unto the hills. You know, we have to be reminded that when we have troubles, heartaches, and pain, where do we find our eyes? Looking down upon ourselves. How many of y'all look down when you got trouble? Heartaches and pain. Sometimes we forget we have no power. God has all power. And here we are told to look up. Look up. You know, a lot of times this particular song is used to preach funerals. Because at that time, a lot of us need to be reminded to look up. Because we forget. We forget so fast. Sometimes we have to think about our children. You can't think of your children's names sometimes. Have you found yourself in that situation? You go to call you can't think of the name. You see, it's not that you don't know the name. It's just that things are so heavy on your mind until you just can't call it right then. That's a time when you need to look up. Take your eyes off yourself and your situation, and looking up, you can see clearly. Because where you're looking, you can't see the end of it. Just far as your eyes will carry. Health and strength. But even still, a lot of us have eyes and still can't see. That's why we can't just live by sight alone. We get caught up easily. It also tells us in 3, lean not to your own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. So that means we got a lack of understanding too. But still, a solution to all of that is that we need to look up. Looking up is where the wisdom is. The things that helps us the most are the things that we do for us. You know, like we were talking about these programs here. It not only helps them, but it helps us. Because, you see, we are able to see a difference we have made in somebody's life. We are able to see that. You know, some of y'all may not never ask anybody to come and visit us. Come and visit my church. You know, you may not never ask nobody to do that. But having a program alone could possibly help you in introducing to them where you come and worship. Because we know there's more people out there that's out of church than it is that's in. They need to know what keeps you coming. You see, some of your faces in here, I see every Sunday. faces in here. I see every now and then. What's the difference? Is it that we have to have hard times in order to bring us into the house of the Lord? To come and be reminded that we need to look up instead of looking down? Looking down makes you forget everything that you know. How many times you've done foolish things and you know better? You know better. But yet, you find yourself doing them anyway, and then when the consequences come in, you be saying, I wish I hadn't done that. You didn't say, I didn't know not to do that. I wish I hadn't done it. That gives some type of indication that I know better. Ain't that right, Lisa? Looking down make you forget what you know. How many times you got to hit your head on the wall to know that you might need to stop doing it? All right. How many times we find ourselves in one hole, instead of stop digging, we continue to dig, get deeper. In other words, instead of you walking through a tunnel and you don't see the light.
Turn around.
Turn around. You don't keep going. You don't keep going. You're walking in a tunnel and you don't see the light. Turn around. You going the wrong way. But it's something like it's something about going the wrong way. You know, I don't know if it intrigues you. or you think as long as you continue doing what you're doing, it's gonna get better. Huh? I mean, there come a time when who was it that say enough is enough? Huh? Was that you, Chad? Huh? You get to a point in life when you say enough is enough. I've been down too long. I've been down too long. And enough is enough. It reminded me that time when I was working for General Davis and his wife came over to visit him while he was overseas, and she came running in the front saying, Gunny, there's a spider in the bathroom. I said, okay, yes ma'am. I went back in the bathroom and when I got in there, she closed that door and me and that spider was locked up in the bathroom. And when I turned around and saw the spider, how big he was. Oh, I didn't say no nice words then because that door was closed. But what happened was the spider jumped at me. And when he jumped at me, I wasn't scared no more then. I tried to stomp him through that floor. But if he'd have stayed right there, he'd have been scared, I'd have been scared too. He might have been still on that. I left him on that wall, I don't know. But when he jumped at me, oh no, the fear just left. Bravery, fear, that's place. What came no more. So I say that to say this. Things can come about so hard in our lives and we can't see our way out. But we get to that point where we know it's more than us? Huh? That we have power from on high, and we are able to overtake anything because of what God said and Jesus did. We're able to do that. You know, it's like having a good friend. Or somebody that once was a good friend. And then they done something to make you mad and treated you bad, and so you part company. And then after you have parted company, you come a time when you come across them and you look at them and you see them looking bad. And you think about your relationship, the kind of friendship you used to have, but here, they done you wrong. And you know they done you wrong. They know what they done. And so you see them looking bad. So what you do? You know, in Jesus, you go ahead on and pray for them because, you know, you look to the hills from where your strength comes from. Your health and your strength. So you pray for them, but you got to understand, you know, when you pray for them, you know, you ask the Lord to help them to be the best that they can be. Well, sometimes you got to understand that God knows and does things different from us. You understand? So we don't pray and ask him to help them to be the best that they can be. We ask him to help them to be better than their best. You see, because their best still may not be good enough. They might have been at their best when they fool around there and done what they did to you to make you mad at them and cut them loose. And God is able to make you to be better than your best. Why? Because there's nothing impossible for him.
Amen. Amen.
Nothing.
Amen.
Look to the hills. And you see, God don't slip up. You know, I hear so often people saying that God has let them down. God has let me down. I don't know nobody that God has let down. If he's telling you to look up, then where's down? Where is down? There's no problem, no situation. Can't nobody do you nothing that God can't fix. Why? Because your help and assistance don't come from nobody else but him. That's why he say, look up. Even when he called your loved one home, you look up. Because when you look up, tears can't come down. And you got to understand that ain't nothing here. Nothing here can harm you. Your strength, your health, all comes from him. He gives you what you need. He also gives you what you want. But how do you think you got the things you don't need? You know, it just throws me out the water every time I hear somebody say, he gives you what you need. He ain't gonna give you what you want, but he'll give you what you need. Look around. Why do we have more than what we need? And who gave it to us?
Yeah.
You know, Sister Bill, you had a very good analogy this morning on that. When you talked about the stool. Somebody took your stool, baby? You took your stool? Lord probably got a chair waiting for you, okay? You don't need the stool, no. It's amazing. Anytime something is taken from you, you know, a lot of us hang on to that. You know, when somebody takes something from us, we hang on to that. We forget what we already got. But what was taken from us, we hang on to it. But you got to remember that if it's yours, you'll get it back. You know, I remember when I lost this Bible, right here. I lost this Bible back in somewhere around about 203, 204, no, I think probably about 203. Early 204. And you know, I had my notes and everything in it. And it bothered me that I lost this Bible. You know, I said, well, Lord, I sure hope I get it back. And must have been about 3 years later, now I had my Bible. I said, where you get that Bible from, baby? I got it from in an office back there. I said, that's my Bible. I said, take that cover off, see my name on it. He said, it sure is. I said, thank you, Jesus. He gave me my Bible back, so it must be my Bible. Huh? So, baby, don't worry about that stool. You give it back if it was yours, okay? I can understand how things can be precious to us. But the most precious thing, we don't ever have to worry about losing. And it can solve all problems. Can fix all